Hey everyone, welcome back to Corporate Decoder, the place where we unpack the secrets hidden in plain sight within corporate filings. Today we're diving into a report that is all about one of the biggest deals in tech right now. Get ready because things are about to get interesting. Before we dive in, if you like getting straightforward, no. Nonsense insights from real corporate documents like this, make sure you are subscribed, and for even more in-depth discussions and to connect with fellow corporate sleuths, join our Discord community linked in the description below. So what we have here is an 8K filing, which is essentially a report for when significant events happen at a company. And this one is all about a major acquisition. Confluent Incorporated, a company we've talked about before, is being bought out by International Business Machines Incorporated, or IBM as most people know it. This report details the voting results from a special meeting of Confluent shareholders where they decided on this big move. Let's get the basic details out of the way. Confluent Incorporated, based in Delaware, has the commission file number 001-40526. It is a publicly traded company, and its stock trades on the Nasdaq Global Select Market under the ticker symbol CFLT. It is important to note that Confluent is not currently opting into the extended transition period for new or revised financial accounting standards, meaning they're keeping pace with the latest financial reporting rules. Now, the meaty part on the 7th of December 2025, Confluent entered into an agreement to be acquired by IBM, basically. IBM is going to buy Confluent, and Confluent will become a wholly owned subsidiary of IBM. This special meeting on the 12th of February 2026 was to get the shareholder approval needed for this merger to go through. To vote, shareholders needed to be on the books by the 7th of January 2026. On that date, Confluent had over 356 million shares outstanding. What is interesting here is the voting power. The Class A common stock with over 307 million shares each gets one vote, but the Class B common stock, a smaller chunk of about 49 million shares, gets 10 votes per S-share. This means that a relatively small number of Class B shares hold significant voting power, totaling more than 797 million votes by the record date. A quorum, which is the minimum number of shareholders needed to conduct business, was present with over 247 million shares represented. Let's look at the votes. The first proposal, and the most crucial one for this deal, was the adoption of the merger agreement. A massive 687,954937 votes were cast in favor of the deal. Only 339,860 votes were against it, and 91,336 abstained. This overwhelming approval means the shareholders are happy with this acquisition. Then there is Proposal 2. This is about approving the compensation for Confluent's top executives related to the merger. It is a non-binding vote, so it is more of an advisory opinion from shareholders. Again, the support was huge, 68,438,274 votes in favor, with only 29,92865 against and 101,052 abstentions. This shows that the shareholders are comfortable with how the key people involved are being compensated amidst this big transition. There was a third proposal mentioned in their proxy statement related to potentially adjourning the meeting, but because Proposal 1, the merger itself, was approved so overwhelmingly and quickly, this adjournment proposal became unnecessary and wasn't even presented. That's a smooth sailing situation for the deal. Looking ahead, the companies expect this merger to wrap up by the middle of 2026. Of course, this is all still dependent on meeting any other conditions laid out in that original merger agreement. Now, every company filing includes what they call forward-looking statements. Basically, this is their way of saying, hey, we're making educated guesses about the future, but things could change. They use words like may, will, could, and expect to signal these are not guarantees. They're talking about the potential timeline for this deal to close. But they're clear that actual events could be different due to various risks. These risks include getting all the necessary government and regulatory approvals, potential termination of the merger agreement, unexpected costs, lawsuits, and the possibility that the deal might disrupt current business operations, affect their stock price, or impact employee and customer relationships. It's a lot of legalese to basically say that while they expect the deal to go through, there are still hurdles to overcome. They also mention that they don't plan to update these statements unless required by law, so don't expect them to constantly comment on every little update unless it's a critical legal or regulatory requirement. And finally, we have the signatures. Rebecca Chavez, the Chief Legal Officer, has signed off on this report on behalf of Confluent Incorporated, dated the 12th of February 2026. This officially marks the filing of these important shareholder voting results. So, what does this all mean? Confluent's shareholders have clearly voted in favor of being acquired by IBM. This signals strong confidence from the investors in the proposed deal, deeming the acquisition price and terms favorable. For IBM, this is a significant move to expand its capabilities. likely in the data infrastructure space where Confluent is a major player. The overwhelming support for executive compensation related to the merger suggests that the transition plan is broadly accepted by the shareholders, minimizing potential internal friction from a compensation perspective. The timeline for completion in mid-2026 is a reasonable expectation given the typical regulatory review processes for large tech mergers. The forward-looking statements highlight the standard risks associated with such large transactions, but the clear shareholder mandate here significantly de-risks the approval process. We're essentially seeing a company being absorbed into a tech giant, a common story in the industry driven by strategic acquisitions that aim to enhance market position and technological offerings. Alright, that is our breakdown of Confluent's merger vote filing. What is your take on this acquisition and what it signals for the future of both companies? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. If this analysis was valuable, hitting that like button really helps us out, and subscribe for more deep dives into corporate filings, and don't forget to join our Discord community, linked in the description for more discussions. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.